One of the skills in leadership from an emotional intelligence standpoint that is crucial to help new leaders develop is independence. Here's why. Oftentimes when we're promoting someone into a leadership role, it's because they're a top performer. They excel at the job. And so we consider that they would also be very good at leading other people in the role. What often will help our top performers stand out is the fact that they are self-motivated, independent, and they can go about getting work done without a lot of direction. Now, when that top performer steps into leadership with that same work ethic, they end up separating themselves from the team too far and likely can end up continuing to make decisions without actually involving the team. This is problematic, of course, because when we step into leadership, our decisions have to go beyond us and into social responsibility. And so the leader needs to be able to speak with team members, gather information about everyone's experiences and the potential impact of a decision on their experiences before making those decisions. The other thing that we need to watch out for in relationship to this skill is a leader swinging the pendulum entirely in the opposite direction, from being quite independent to now being fully dependent. And how that works is sometimes a leader will delegate all of the work and take their hands completely out of it, which means they get further and further away from the reality of what it's like to do the job. That also makes it difficult for them when they're making decisions to ensure that they're making decisions for the people that are in that role. So they need to still have that connection in order to understand the reality of what people are experiencing as the role evolves, as the environment shifts, as our clients change. Leaders cannot simply continue to reference when I was in the job, because that is very quickly, as we realize how quickly our organization and workplaces change, it's very quickly outdated. But the other part of it is when a leader leans too heavily all the time on their team and cannot make any decisions without reaching consensus from everyone. In that aspect, especially to followers, that can diminish the level of trust or competence and belief in the leader. So developing this skill of independence is extremely important, especially from the perspective of knowing how to balance that skill itself, knowing when and how often a leader needs to dive into conversation and ask what the experiences are like from their people, knowing when they need to step in and make independent, autonomous decisions, knowing when to delegate, knowing when not to delegate. And it is a finely tuned skill. One of the key supporting emotional intelligence skills and leadership skills that helps this to develop really effectively is interpersonal relationships. And so when we observe our leaders in action, especially our new leaders in action, we're looking for observable behaviors that indicate that leader is investing in building relationships with their people, in really getting to know what their experience is like when they're at work, so that they are well informed when they're making decisions for the greater good, for the collective.